Archaeologist's log. Day 3, Part 2. Heart of the city. I awoke in my room after a short nap. It seemed that the long journey to the Free City, days prior, had taken its toll, as I was only just now beginning to feel refreshed. Hastily, I prepared for my meeting with the governess, set to take place at her residence in the heart of the city. The hour was now in the late afternoon, my destination a fair distance away. I figured it best if I took my leave on the double. All had been quiet as I stepped foot outside the inn, the birds mostly resting now after a long day basking in the warmth of the sun. Just then, a man approacheth.
Hail, once again, fair archaeologist. I have been sent by her lady, the governess, to escort thou to the town hall for tonight's meeting. Please, follow me.
I accepted the escort, and we took leave of the inn together. Many of the locals had been off dining at their various eateries and homes, leaving the city streets to a particular serenity. Those who remained appeared to be more at ease now that their beloved leader hath returned. I paused for a moment while we walked past the Encyclopedia Magica, recalling my encounter with Blaine, the Gypsy of Paws, and the strange tarot reading he had performed. I'd been pondering on the 3 cards drawn, the Hanged Man, 10 of Swords, and Death. The first card, the Hanged Man, depicted a man latched to a crucifix of living wood, suspended upside down by the ankle. And yet, his expression calm, as if satisfied, or even enlightened, by his new perspective of the world. The second card, 10 of Swords, representing destruction or being pinned down by a multitude of things or situations. The person depicted on the card is left lying on the ground, defeated and bleeding. And finally, Death. The third card drawn of the 3, indicative of future change in almost any aspect, almost certainly absolute. Death suggests a complete severance between the past and the future by destructive means. At least, that was my understanding of the individual cards, but what could the meaning be of having drawn these particular 3? Best to leave such things to the experts, I thought, as we approached the town hall. I could hardly contain my exuberance as I giddily walked past a beautifully decorated fountain. There were various artworks surrounding the fountain, many of them dating back centuries. Truly, it had been a great honor to have been invited to speak with the governess. We had arrived at our destination. There, standing before the courtyard, was perhaps the most beautiful maiden I had ever seen. She was tall and vibrant, with a kindred aura.
Ah, and you must be the archaeologist. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Skye Wolfbane, the governor of the Free City of Trinsic. I was happy to hear that thou hadst not taken thy leave of the city before my return, so that I could regale you on my knowledge of the situation. Unfortunately, I do not know much about the structure itself. What I do know, rather, is just how dangerous the area surrounding the structure can be. This great city has lost many of its citizens to that wretched bog. Too many. It is for that very reason that, upon hearing of your expedition, I instructed Princess Annali to accompany you in your investigation. She is an ambassador to the Free City, and my most reliable scout. However, I have been informed that, due to some unforeseen circumstances, the princess was forced to take leave to her temple in the southern jungle. Because of that, I hired the most trusted mercenary to protect you and ensure that you, and your cargo, make it to your destination in one piece. Please understand, the good people of the City of Honor have seen their fair share of tragedy, and needn't be seeing any more, at least not on my watch. I will not send another brave knight of Trinsic to their death, otherwise I would not be sending you with a mere hired sword, but an entire platoon. Don't get me wrong, kind archaeologist, our knights are a force to be reckoned with. I only seek to clarify as I realize, there are those who doubt us. But what they fail to understand is that Solarians are not weaklings. We do not give up in the face of adversity. The pride in our hearts burns like a lantern, and we fight to protect what we hold dear. Now go, Archaeologist, and Godspeed.
On behalf of the Archaeologist's Guild, I thank thee kindly for thy generosity, I proclaimed, as I bowed graciously once again. Heart of the city indeed, I thought, as I took my leave of the Grand Hall. It was clear from her concern that she cared deeply for the well-being of the city and its inhabitants. It was indeed true that the people of Trinsic had had their fair share of tragedy in recent history, so I could understand the governor's position on the matter. Outside the town hall, darkness had again crept into the city, and for now, I figured it best to head back to the inn to get some rest for the journey ahead.